Hi, if you're a Scorpio born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of April 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So Scorpio, I just see, you being able to tackle problems. Like I just see this problem and I just see you putting your attention to it and you make it rain. It just goes away. So I would not be overly concerned or overly worried about anything that kind of shows up unexpected for you that first week or so of April. It's just like I see this cloud and you immediately go, oh, I know how to handle that, and then you just make it rain. So whatever shows up, you can handle it. It's an easy thing for you to do. Other people might be crushed under it, where you're like, no, I know what to do. I can handle this quick. And so it's just, you have this skill of being able to navigate trouble without any problem. So I'm not quite sure where that's at, which we're going to see a little bit more about what area of life that trouble may be in. So let's first go to romantic relationships. So let's see what's in store for you and your romantic partner. Might be your relationship. But, and I think what it is honesty. I feel like there's some honesty that comes up, and we have, the new moon in Aries, April 5th, and Aries are very direct and say what they mean, and that influence is here for all of us. So it could be that you've been direct and said what you mean, and you already are direct. So when you add the Aries energy, it might be too much for your partner and they could snap, right? So be careful with how direct you are. So you want to be gentle. You want to just kind of tone it down. Never asking you to tone it down, but just have this awareness with this Aries energy on top of your Scorpio energy. It might be too much for your partner, too intense. So there's this potential to clash, but it also has this potential to be very passionate, because Aries are also very passionate. So it's doing this dance of reading where your partner's at. So if there is trouble, you know how to make it rain. You know exactly what your partner needs. You know exactly what they need to hear from you. You know what to do and what not to do. So I wouldn't be worried about it. It's just really having an awareness of how things fall out of your mouth and whether or not you need to modify or adjust a little bit. And in doing that, this month really opens up to a beautiful month. It feels fresh like spring, and it feels like this really high spiritual connection as well, because we do have, a lot of religious holidays this month, if you look at Easter or you look at Passover. So there's this high connection, spiritual availability for us to be able to connect spiritually. And Scorpio, you guys are so psychic and so dialed in. You may get that already, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, you can make it rain. You can see these problems and boom, get a download and know exactly what to do. And if you're struggling with that, I have a program that I just launched, the Get Dialed In program, that helps you to really how to lasso your intuition, because you guys are already very intuitive, but whether or not you know how to do it on demand is another thing, or to increase your accuracy. Those are all things that I can help you with in that program. Okay, so just go to my website, peggyrometo.com, and all the information would be there. All right, let's look at those of you that are single and interested in romance, what's in store for you. So less is more. Again, less is more. You want to, you have all this energy and this momentum, Scorpios, right? So it's about being yourself, but giving space or room for the other person to respond, right? It can be out of your enthusiasm or out of your desire to have fun or to really go after what you get, that it actually pushes people away, right? Because your energy can be this month strong and fun. So you want to be able to be carefree, but just notice how you're affecting other people with your energy. Notice, am I being too much? Am I being too extra for them? Am I pushing them away? Or am I being too reserved? Do they need a little something from me to see that I'm interested? Right? So just pay a little bit more attention in reading the cues, because you guys are really good at that. So if you bring your awareness to it this month, it's just going to open up like a flower. It'll be really beautiful. So if you're interested in romance, you can absolutely have it. Let's look at money and career for Scorpios. So it's like a printing press. I just hear like this printing press of money. So whether that means you're borrowing money, right? Or whether it just means that you've cashed in or something just hit. But I just see this money coming in. So no problem with money this month. There's just a lot of money coming in this month. It feels good. I feel excited about it. And I'm also very matter of fact about it. Yeah, of course there should be money coming in. So it's good. Let's see about career. Anything about career? Yeah, there may be something that you have to go undo, right? So it may be that you ended something and then you are now going, I wish I wouldn't have ended that. You know, I'd like to extend it. So there may be something that you have to go back and undo. Maybe you prematurely let somebody go and it's like, you know what, I want you to, I had your contract for 3 months. I'd like to extend it for 6 months. So I see that, it's just going back and undoing something in your career that is important for you. And it's also, there's like a good lesson there for you. And it may even be that, hiring back a nanny. You didn't think that you needed an extra nanny. And now you're like, damn, why did I do that to myself? I can't, one nanny's not enough. She doesn't cover this and she doesn't cover that. And she calls in sick and right. So it's like undoing it. So going back and making sure. So I see you taking care of yourself and getting your needs met and whatever it was that you didn't, that you just have to undo for your career's sake, right? Okay, let's look at health for Scorpios. So for you, your breath this month, like don't hold your breath, like really wanting to be fully present to your breath. Breathing, that's where your centeredness is going to come from. That's where your calmness is going to come from. And really keep you healthy this month is with taking deep breaths, processing emotions, letting them go, slowing down, mantras, everything is like this too shall pass, everything is good. And, and it's about creating things in a positive light too, right? Not just, Scorpios, you guys you're notorious for ferreting out the problems, right? Things can be great, but you look for the problem because you want to head it off at the pass. You're a Scorpio. You want to take care of it. You want to sting it and get it out of your life and be done with it so you have peace and harmony around you. So there is this dynamic inside of you that has that ability to always kind of like, look for what's going to go wrong and nip it in the bud. This month is there's also this higher spiritual connection. So you can also be a little more co-creative and connect with the creator and say, okay, so I'm going to manifest this month as easy and free and bright. And if and when problems do show up, I can manage them effortlessly without bringing myself down, right? So there's a way to create your consciousness that has you influence the experiences that are kind of scheduled for you to have this month, right? So this XYZ is going to happen, right? Whatever it could be. You're supposed to sell a house and the buyer blows up. Or you're supposed to move into an apartment and suddenly the roommate says, nope, sorry, decided against it. I'm going with somebody else. Or your car breaks down and now you've got to find a new car, right? The problems, of life are as vast as life itself. So problems are always going to happen and it's how we approach them. And with that new moon in Aries, it brings an intensity to the situation, right? But creating that whatever it is that shows up, you can handle it like with a magic wand. Poof, it's done. It's just going to help you be a little more easy and free about whatever it is that life throws at you this month. Even though it's happy, right? Even though it's a happy month, even though there's this bright, great energy, I can still feel like this tightness across your chest, waiting for like, okay, because you guys are just, that's who you are. You like stand guard. You protect people. You're fierce. You're loyal, right? Like, okay, who's hurting my people, right? Like you're out there scanning and looking, even on a beautiful day. So it's about helping you temper that, connect more with your spiritual awareness, and knowing you can make it rain anytime. And so you don't have to worry as much. You don't have to force anything as much. So just want you guys to have that connection this month. So you have a beautiful month no matter what's happening. And I really feel like that's possible. All right, Scorpios, love my Scorpio people. Have an amazing month. Enjoy April. And thank you for viewing and liking and sharing and commenting below. I appreciate it. And I'll see you again next month.